Our verse for the day is from 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 32, which reads, I want you to be free from anxieties. The unmarried man is anxious about the affairs of the Lord, how to please the Lord. These verses express Paul's honest opinion about the advantages of celibacy, part of a long and sustained reflection on the advantages and challenges of both married life and celibacy, which cover the entire 40 verses of 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Paul offered this reflection in response to questions some Corinthian believers had written him, seeking clarifications on several issues, including marriage, celibacy, virginity, marriage with a non-believer, marrying again or staying single after the death of one's spouse, etc. Paul indicates here the advantages of celibacy based on three principles. 1. Pleasing the Lord. 2. Securing undivided devotion for the Lord. And 3. Freedom from anxieties. He notes how for the married man, pleasing his wife is a top priority, and how for the married woman, pleasing her husband is a key concern. In that case, pleasing the Lord risks taking the second place, or at least having a legitimate rival. Hence, one may find himself or herself treading the delicate balance between two primary loyalties. This can be a source of great anxiety when the two happen to clash or are making opposing demands. Truly, there are moments your wife or your husband may demand of you something which does not tie well with your faith conviction. Those moments can come with anxiety and worry and need to be handled prayerfully with discernment and utmost carefulness. For the unmarried man or woman, however, the preoccupation or anxiety of pleasing the wife or husband is out of the question. All they have to worry about is if what they are doing pleases the Lord or not, period. Paul here is not opposing marriage, but is reflecting on its demands and challenges. Just as elsewhere, he reflects on the demands and challenges of celibacy. For example, in the same 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 8 to 9, he says to unmarried people and widows, it is well for them to remain unmarried as I am. But if they cannot practice self-control, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion. And to both married and unmarried people, Paul says frankly, are you united to a wife? Do not seek to be free. Are you free from a wife? Do not seek a wife. But if you marry, you do not sin, and if a virgin marries, she does not sin. Yet, those who marry will experience anxiety in this life. Verses 27 to 28. Nothing can be franker than this. In the final analysis, Paul encourages us, whether we are married or celibate, to work towards securing an unrivaled devotion for the Lord and let Him occupy the first place in the agenda of our lives. Lord, grant that we may seek You and love You before all things and above all things. Amen. Have a blessed Sunday.